killer hiding in the walls. In today's episode, we'll uncover one of the most chilling true crime stories. The case of Daniel Laplante, a teenager whose seemingly innocent demeanor hid terrifying secrets. From stalking a family to committing a brutal triple homicide, this story is a haunting reminder of the darkness that can exist within people. It started with a desperate call for help. Officers responded to a home searching for an intruder. They looked everywhere: closets, under beds, and even behind furniture. But the person they were looking for seemed to have vanished. Despite combing through the entire house, they couldn't find anyone. Then, while searching the laundry room, an officer noticed something strange. There was a false wall built to conceal some bathroom pipes. The space looked large enough for someone to hide behind. And that's when the officer's suspicions deepened. As the officer moved closer and turned on the light, he noticed a pile of dirty clothes stacked behind the wall. Something wasn't right. No one piles clothes in such a hidden spot. When he moved a few items aside, he saw black hair. The officer said quietly, "Got it." Hidden behind the wall was a teenager. The officer ordered him to show with his hands, but the boy hesitated, revealing a pistol at his side. Slowly, he complied, and the officer quickly grabbed him. That boy was 16-year-old Daniel Laplante, but the nightmare was far from over. Daniel Laplante had a deeply troubled childhood. He suffered years of abuse at the hands of his father, his psychiatrist, and others. And the abuse was physical, sexual, and psychological, leaving deep emotional scars. Laplante struggled to interact with others and became isolated, unable to connect with anyone. His behavior became increasingly erratic and disturbing over time. After his arrest, Laplante was held without bail and underwent a mental evaluation. The results were chilling. He was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, a condition that often leads to dangerous behavior. Despite his young age, Daniel Laplante was far from an ordinary teenager. He was dangerous, and the community would soon discover how deadly he could be. Months before his arrest, Daniel Laplante met a girl named Tina through a phone call. He misled her about who he was, pretending to be someone he wasn't. The two went on a single date for ice cream, but Tina quickly sensed something was off and broke it off after that one outing. What Tina didn't know was that Laplante wasn't ready to let her go. He began stalking her, but this wasn't your typical stalker situation. Laplante went to her home and began hiding inside the walls. For months, he terrorized Tina and her family. He would secretly watch them through holes he made by removing electrical outlets. He would sneak out of his hiding spots to move objects, change the TV channel, and drink their milk. All of this was done to make the family feel as though they were losing their minds. For 6 months, Laplante stalked the family from the shadows, never revealing himself, but always making his presence known through these disturbing acts. But Laplante's obsession didn't end with Tina. After his release from juvenile detention, he turned his attention to the Gustafson family. A mother, Priscilla, and her 2 children, Abigail and William. Heart-wrenching music begins. One December afternoon, Laplante broke into the Gustafson home. Priscilla was pregnant with her 3rd child, and she and her 2 children were brutally murdered. Priscilla was shot, and the children were drowned in the upstairs bathroom. The murder shocked the community. When investigators began looking into the potential suspects, they quickly zeroed in on Laplante, who lived just a mile away. His violent history and proximity to the crime scene made him a prime suspect. Seen with Laplante now on the run, the police launched one of the largest manhunts in Massachusetts history. K-9 units were called in, and officers scoured the nearby woods for any trace of him. Inside Laplante's home, investigators found critical evidence: wet socks with blonde hair matching Abigail Gustafson's, and bullets that matched the gun used to kill Priscilla. Laplante was armed and dangerous, evading the authorities as they searched the woods and towns nearby. His face was plastered on the news as police urged anyone with information to come forward. After days on the run, Laplante was finally cornered. Hiding inside a dumpster at a lumber yard, he surrendered without a struggle. Police took him into custody, and Laplante was charged with the murders of Priscilla, Abigail, and William Gustafson. During his trial, Daniel Laplante's behavior was chilling. He showed no emotion, no empathy, just a cold, blank stare. He was convicted of the triple homicide and sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences with no possibility of parole. The story of Daniel Laplante is one of obsession, fear, and unimaginable tragedy. What began as a seemingly innocent date spiraled into months of psychological torment and ended with the brutal murder of an innocent family. Laplante's case serves as a terrifying reminder that evil can hide in the most ordinary of places, sometimes even within the walls of your own. Thank you for watching this episode. If you found this case as haunting as we did, don't forget to subscribe for more stories that delve into the darkest sides of humanity.